Okay, well, although it doesn't quite look like it at the moment, this is going to be a steam engine video. In all the years I've been interested in steam engines, I've restored, rebuilt, repaired and re-gauged various model stationary engines and model steam locomotives. I've never actually built one from scratch. And the main reason for this was I only have a small modeller's lathe. It's not very accurate. I have a pillar drill, but I just really didn't think I had the machine tools necessary to actually do the job. However, recently my favourite YouTube machinist, Tubalcain, has done 3 short videos which show you how to make a basic oscillating steam engine with nothing more than hand tools and a pillar drill, or as our American friends say, a drill press. So as I have those tools, I figured it was about time I had a go at making one. So mine will divert slightly from the way he did his, in the fact that because I do have a lathe, I can turn up a small flywheel. He just used washers stacked up together. But I actually will probably make the flywheel for mine. But yes, basically it's going to be made out of a bit of scrap wood for the base, scrap aluminium plate for the engine mount, and then some brass rods and square section stock, and hopefully we will at some point have a working steam engine. I've been quite busy doing other things, but I did actually manage to make a start on the steam engine. We've cut the base and just basically chamfered the corners off, tied it out, make it look a bit pretty. Cut a slot in it, and out of the scrap alley we've made the mounting plate. So there's not an awful lot to show for it at the moment, but yes, that will eventually be a small oscillating steam engine. So there you go. Keep watching. Well, a little bit more progress with the engine. The flywheel's not really big enough. Ideally it should be 1.5 inches. That's about 1.25 inches, but that was the largest piece of scrap bar stock that I had. Also, it's got a ding in it where someone has bumped it quite severely, which you can see there. But for the purpose of this little engine, I'm sure it will be fine. Tubalcain used 3/16 machine screw. I've used a 2BA screw, which is roughly the same size, so that's pretty much the same. He used a penny washer, what they call them fender washers over in in the States, but that's a halfpenny washer, which is 1 inch, and the pivot pin has been drilled at exactly 1/8 from the outer edge, and that's a 6BA bolt I've used as the crank, basically. So yeah, that's coming along. Next bit, the cylinder. Okay, well this is about the final parts have been made. We have the cylinder here, drilled, and 2 holes, steam inlet, and the threaded part which takes this. I've used a 6BA screw and a spring I happen to have in my drawer of springs, which would probably come from a biro, I would imagine. And here is the conrod and piston. And I actually used Loctite 638 to put them together. Tubalcain uses 635, but that costs an absolute fortune. However, this is basically a modern version of 635, I believe, and works remarkably well. You can get the glued items apart if you heat them up, but you have to get them pretty damn hot to actually get the glue to release. But no, so there we go. Those are the final parts. All it needs is putting together now, and then we'll see whether we can get it to run. So keep watching. Okay, this is the steam engine that I got from Tubalcain's video, and we're just going to see whether it runs on steam. And apparently it does. Definitely got a lot of leaks though from around the cylinder and the back plate. That needs to be, I think, lapped down nicely to give a much better fit. But it does run, as you can see. This is another a small model engine that I made out of scrap bits. It's got an Empire boiler and base, and it's got Mammoth pistons, and I'm just tapping into the boiler itself to provide the steam to run the engine. So there we have it. The first little steam engine I've actually built completely from scratch. Oh, it is using a Mammoth flywheel, but everything else I've made according to Tubal's website, so videos I should say. But we can. It's definitely leaking here, but that's just a matter of getting the mating face of the cylinder and the and the this piece of aluminium a little bit better, but it's running. That's the main thing. So quite amazingly. I did have it running on compressed air, so I did know that it would actually work. But although it did take me several attempts to with the cylinder. This is one of the first ones I did. I did that one using a 9mm hole and a 9mm piece, because I had a 9mm piece of brass to make the piston with. But unfortunately, my 9mm drill was pretty naff, and it made a pretty poor job of actually boring the hole out. So in the end, I decided to treat myself, and I bought a piece of 3/8 bar, which is what Tubalcain used, and a 3/8 brand new 3/8 twist drill, and a 3/8 reamer. So the piston is a very, very good fit in this cylinder, but that'll come in handy for something else. So there we go. Model steam engine made using just hand tools and a drill press.